Someone send us a pellet gun or a slingshot.
Dad and Sarah are gonna crack the whip because we're not creating enough content. It's 1,000,000 degrees. It's 1,000% humidity on top of 1,000,000 degrees. And then that water is so cold. And so she filtered it and I drank like half a bottle right off the bat. Put a bunch over my head, rinsed myself, got this filled with some cold water, and it just feels so good. This is like a short day for her. It's a long day for me.
Okay, we, Anna and I have finished our first day hiking 9.3 miles, farther than we planned on going. 1,600 feet elevation, and we stopped at a wayside to get some dinner. Barely made it on time because it was almost closed, but we got a milkshake, and then we had to hike a mile to find a campsite. There's Anna. We are tired, and we are in our tent, ready to go to sleep.
If the birds will just shut up.
Yeah, someone send us a pellet gun or a slingshot, because they are very loud, and the sun's not down yet either, so we survived. Well, I survived. Anna, we'll see in the morning if she's alive. We are ready to head out. You can hear the wind. It's much cooler today. It's going to be a much nicer day, right?
Right.
One little speckled frog sitting in my water, pooping in my drink.
Okay, we are almost 2 miles in, day 2 of me hiking with Mom. My legs are a little tight from however many thousand feet we climbed yesterday. Haven't seen any snakes, but we did see a deer.
Okay. This is for real. We are going to do a wrap-up of yesterday. We had a good hike.
We did. It was nice and cool.
10 miles exactly, less than 2,000 feet of elevation. We found a very nice camping spot. There were others around us who had different ideas. Around dusk, we started hearing a thudding sound, like a big rock being dropped at the same interval. I don't know, 15 times. We couldn't figure out what it was. And then
we started hearing like a huffing noise, but loud. Just over and over, and it sounded like it was coming from where our food was, hung up in the tree. So that happened a few times, and then some weird like huff mixed with a screech, which we're not really sure what that one was.
Yeah.
But I said it was a bear, and she was like, no, that's not a bear. And I was like, that's a bear trying to get our food. So we sat in our tent whispering to each other for a little bit before we realized we should be talking at a normal volume.
Yeah, we need to be speaking up.
Yeah.
And that was it. Nothing ever came back that we know of. We didn't sleep well, but we did survive. As you can tell, we are here. So we survived the bear experience. Here's a local hiker. This is John with his dog, Franny. It is such a workout just to get this camera in the right place. I think I'm taking a video and I take a picture. But I realized that I have not taken very many pictures or videos with Anna, and since we almost died last night, it would be nice to have some pictures with her so that when we have a funeral they can show pictures of us. We are hiking up a hill. We have a half mile left, and then we have a nice long downhill. Not too far to go today. It's somewhat cool. The terrain is actually pretty good. We're hiking. That's what we do. Up mountains and down mountains. People say it's pointless ups and downs. Basically, it's just up, down, no huge, probably long climbs like we've had, but you know, multiple ups and downs in a day, like a roller coaster. I keep running into a tree. Sarah can edit these things out. It's been fun hiking with Anna, tormenting her.
Leaving Mom on the side of the road to start hiking again. She will go that way, and just leaving her out here like a hobo, I guess.
So I just gotta say that I may never make it to Maine. And the reason for that would be that I keep stopping to eat blackberries. These are super tiny, these ones, but back farther there were some, they're all small out here right now because no rain, but oh my gosh, like they're all over the place. And I'll see a branch with a whole bunch on them and I just stop and eat. They're so delicious. I just passed some day hikers who said that there are blackberries and there are also wineberries out here. These are wineberries. They have little husks that grow around them, and they are delicious. So it looks like it's going to be a rocky trail today. There was kind of a nice bit of a start, nice terrain, but now been coming down this mountain and it is pretty rocky. So maybe another slow moving day. We'll see. It is July 3rd. It is going to be a warm day. I think 89 it's supposed to be. So that's gonna make it tough, but I am working on getting most of my hiking done early in the day so that I don't have to do it in the heat. I am at a bakery here in Harper's Ferry. I just finished the last of my scone. It was delicious. I also have a chocolate drizzled macaroon. It looks delicious. I got some herb and garlic goat cheese, which I will put on my bread. The bread was too warm to cut, so I will come back and get my loaf of bread later. But yeah, a really yummy breakfast. I'm sitting outside. It's warm already and humid. But it's July 4th. Happy July 4th, everybody. Also, as I'm sitting outside, it is 80 degrees and 74% humidity. So, okay, I am in Harper's Ferry, Virginia. This is the Shenandoah River right here. And it comes into the Potomac. And the Potomac is coming from that direction. But this is where the Shenandoah and Potomac come together. This is a closer look of the Shenandoah River. It's not moving very fast because there's not a lot of water. I can imagine how fast it is though when it's full because it's big.
Take me home, country roads.
I am starting out on probably what will be one of the hardest days yet for me. I have 14 miles, a 4,100 foot elevation climb through those 14 miles. There are a couple of the mountains I'm going over that are 16% grade. Anything over 10 for me, or 10 and above, is kind of something that's difficult. So today is going to be hard. I got on the trail at 7:30. So some of the things that I'm doing to make sure I am successful is getting out early, hydrating. I'm drinking lots of water. There are lots of stream crossings on this portion of the trail. I have a rag that I am going to wet at every crossing. They're at least every mile. And I'm going to put it over my head to help keep me cool. It is already 80 degrees and the high is supposed to be 90. So it's going to be hot. It's very humid, but I am doing everything I can to make sure that I am successful. Having said that, we'll see. Because and I'm slack packing, so I have a small pack that doesn't weigh much. But just those climbs that are going to be so steep will be pretty tough. So I'm not quite sure how far I'll get, but my plan is to go 14, so wish me luck. Also, I forgot to say that I am hiking the roller coaster in Virginia today. Hikers call it a bunch of pointless ups and downs. And it's not, it's like a roller coaster because it's steep up and steep down. It's not like rolling hills at all. Like I said, 14 miles and 4,100 feet of elevation. So this is part of the path. It is very rocky today and uphill, so very slow going. Not sure that you can see, but it just continues rocky. I have been hiking 3.5 hours and I have gone 4.5 miles, so it is going to be a long day. So yesterday I took a 0 in Harper's Ferry and planned to get some rest, which I did get a little. It was very hot. I think it was 90 degrees. It's a historic town. I believe it's where the Civil War started. And so the whole downtown area is a national park. And they've got signs and things all over for the historical part of it to read. And I did do some of that, but it was just too hot. But I ended up being out in that for 5 hours, which was quite a long time to be walking around. So I did not get as much rest as I wanted to, but the hostel that I stayed at, Harper's Ferry Hostel, had a great barbecue last night, and potato salad and pasta salad and angel food cake, and really, really great food and fun to just sit around. There was a guy playing the guitar, and we all sang, and I had to go to bed early because I was getting up early, so I missed out on some of the fireworks, but it was really a great time yesterday, but not quite as much rest as I had hoped to get.